Awesome. Thank you.
There we go.
What test do you use, Summer? Because I've used a couple and
I use Danny Johnson's test. I use it for everything.
Awesome.
She's kind of taught me everything I know, so.
We're excited to hear a little bit.
So am I supposed to just jump in, or are you gonna? Is there an?
No, I'm gonna do a little intro.
Okay, cool.
I meant to with the conflict with Megan's with her schedule this evening. I wanted to message you and ask for your accolades, and I went to stalk your page, and I was like, maybe I can just fish it out. But I like it. You can totally tell that you're an emerald because you can't tell all your shiny stuff. I know you've been around for a while, and I know a lot of us have been super inspired. If you guys can go ahead and mute yourselves, or if you can, Courtney or Danny.
Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm Jenna.
Hi, Jenna. We're going to go ahead and mute you.
I'm struggling to find the mute everyone button. Why is it?
It's okay. All right. I think
it's down at the button at bottom if you click manage participants.
Yeah, the little button.
Everybody.
Close. Maybe it's because I had the chat open.
It's okay. I think we're all good.
There we go. Yeah, I think everyone's muted. But yeah, everyone's muted.
When we started brainstorming and we were like, who could we get to speak to us that would get us super excited and be an awesome incentive? And your name came up because of that video you did about lighting that fire. And oh, you muted me. Okay. I was like, wait, I think I'm muted. And so I know that we're super excited. So I wish I had an amazing list of all your accolades because I know you've accomplished so much in this business, but I'll let you share that and give it away to you because I don't want to take any of your time. So thank you.
Sure. Thank you. First of all, you guys, congratulations, right? Y'all had to work your tail off, I heard, to get on here, right? So that's incredible, okay? And I want, and I'll talk a little bit about this later, but I call that a sprout. Okay, so how many of you guys woke up today and looked at your back office and you thought of all the things that weren't going right in your business? Anybody? Yeah, okay, right. So we tend to focus on what's not going right. You know what I mean? And I call it thought stopping. That's what I teach my team and my challengers. Right when you hear that negative voice comes from the enemy, doesn't want you to do anything, wants you to focus on the bad. You guys, you have to thought stop that and focus on what you've done right. First of all, how many people had a chance to get on this call out of how many different teams? Think about that. And there's 30 participants right now, and you guys are on here. You have to protect that. You're obviously headed in the right direction, okay? So whatever happened, whatever you saw in your back office, right, that you started to focus on, I want you to push all of that out and focus on this. Focus on the positive, because what you focus on is what you're going to get more of. Okay, deal? All right, we're not going to talk too much about that, but I need to put that in there because those negative thoughts can knock us way down, okay? No matter what your gem is or what you've accomplished, if we get focused on what's not going right, we'll head down that road, okay? So I only have 30 minutes before Joel gets on here, I heard. So I don't want to waste all my time telling my story, my accolades. Who cares, really? Okay? And I'm an Emerald Pearl, so I don't need to. So let's just dive into it. Push the I believe button. Okay, I don't know everything Summer's accomplished, but let's just push the I believe button that I might know what I'm talking about. And tonight you're going to take down all the walls. You're just going to lean in and you're going to take the coaching. See, that's the biggest problem when I teach and when I train people, when I business mentors. It doesn't matter everything that I've done. I need you to push the I believe button tonight and take the coaching, okay? Because this right here, this information that I'm going to give you right here, if you take it and put it into practice, it'll make you a six-figure business. How many of you guys want to make a six-figure business? Okay? Let me tell you, pearls, my pearl emeralds that are like, I don't care about money. That's fine. I get you. But here's the cool thing, that if you made a six-figure business, think how many houses you could build for the extreme poor, or whatever your heart is, right? Or your paycheck is a direct reflection of how big your ripple effect is. Pearls, that should make sense to you, okay? So let's build on this foundation, okay? There's 4 points, okay? My emeralds are like, yes, she's gonna give me bullet points. Don't worry, sapphires, I'll jump all over the place. Number one, okay, these have to be the understoods, okay? Number one, this business, everything that you do in life, whether you go to a full-time job or your full-time job is with your kids, or it's this business, everything rises and falls on leadership. period. You can't, there's no way around this. Everything rises and falls on leadership. However, whether you're leading one person, one coach, one challenger, or you're leading your kids, you're a leader. Okay, so for you to succeed in any of those areas, you need this information that we're going to present tonight. If you take it and you apply it in your house, in the marketplace, in this business, you will excel. Okay, that's pretty exciting, right? This is the information that turned everything in my life around to me. Okay, so number 2, it's a skill. I've heard some people say, like, I'm just not a natural leader. Bull crap, it's a skill. Okay, we were all put together with the right parts to succeed. Every single one of us, whether you are a sapphire, whatever, whether you're blue or whatever, all those different personality tests are. I'm a gem person. So whether you're a sapphire or a ruby or whatever, you were put together with the right parts. See, some people might have had more of a natural ability. Rubies. How many rubies? Where are my rubies? Okay. They have a natural ability. Okay. And some of the emeralds are like, ugh. Like, you know, and the pearls are like, I don't have it. But wait a second. The rubies were born with a 7th grade level of leadership. How many of you guys want to follow your 7th grader into the marketplace? None of us, right? None of us. We don't want to follow a 7th grader anywhere. I mean, think about a 7th grader's leadership ability. Think about the emotional roller coaster a 7th grader goes through. Okay? No one wants to follow that. Okay? So we all have to work on this skill. All of us, no matter where we want to go, whether you're sitting on here and you're like, you know what? I don't know if I necessarily want to succeed, you know, go into leadership at that level in this business, which I bet isn't true if you're sitting on here. Even if that starts to enter your mind, you have to lead in your household and in your community. That's what you were created for. You're not here just to suck air. Correct? We can all agree on that. Okay, so it's a skill. You can learn it. We're good, right? Like think about it. Think how many of you guys new coaches, like they're nervous to invite, and you're like, it's all good. It's a skill, right? It's a skill. They can learn it. I'm telling you the same thing. Leadership is a skill. Okay, number 3, your team will duplicate you. So if you stay at a 7th grade level, your downline will be a 7th grade level and you'll get 7th grade drama. How many of you guys have 7th grade drama in your downline? You're like, dang. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, for real? Like, I didn't know I was going into this. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to duplicate you way down the line. Trust me, okay? They're going to duplicate you, okay? So you got to be very careful about how you lead, okay? It's very, very calculated, okay? And number 4, not everyone will come with you in this business. Write that down. That's so key. Some of us want everybody to go with us, and we think our leadership sucks when one person doesn't go with us. Let me paint this picture for you. All of you guys have gone to like Bob Evans. Has everybody heard of Bob Evans or something like that? You know, like when you order coffee and people are coming around, they're like, would you like more coffee? Right? You know that person that comes around and that's like their main job. Would you like more coffee? Would you like more coffee? You know what I'm saying? Like say, okay, they walk up to me and they come up to me and they're like, would you like more coffee? And I go, no, thank you. And they go, I guess, you know what? I'm not even going to offer anybody coffee. This one right here doesn't even want the damn coffee. Why would I offer anybody the coffee? No, I bet she doesn't want the coffee, and she doesn't want the coffee, and she doesn't want. I give up. I'm just going to put it away. That sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? We're just offering coffee, okay? Not everybody's going to love your coffee. Some people don't even like coffee, and it's not offensive, right? Some people, okay, now here's another scenario. Say someone walks up to me and says, you want some more coffee? And I'm like, no, thank you. And they're like, but I made this perfectly. I mean, I got it from, there's less toxins, less mold in it, and it's not burnt like McDonald's. You know what I mean? If only you knew where these coffee beans came from, you would want my coffee. That sounds ridiculous, right? Why do we do that to people? That person with the coffee just walks to the next person and says, would you like some coffee? Okay. Would you like some coffee? Okay, no. Alrighty. Do you see what I'm saying? You have to adopt that mindset. You have to, because not everybody wants what you have, and that's not offensive. Okay? That's not offensive, and it should not mess with your head, because what you believe is what you conceive. So if that first person, that new 15-year-old that's on the floor at Bob Evans with their coffee, if that first person kind of bites at him like, would you like some coffee? No! And he's like, I quit. That sounds ridiculous, right? That if you get coaches like that, you have to understand not everybody wants your coffee. Not everybody can go with you. Your job is to offer the coffee. And then when someone wants the coffee, to do your part of pouring it. Okay, now picture this. Now say someone's holding their cup out and you start to pour it and they go, just kidding. Is that your fault? No. How come some of us think the people that aren't following us it's always our fault? We internalize that. How many of you guys are internalizing it when people don't follow you? Why? It has nothing to do with you. As long as we self-evaluate some of the things I'm going to talk about, okay? So as long as the stuff I teach you tonight and you self-evaluate it, you can rest assured that you're at least pouring the coffee. Now, whether they put it around it or they play tricks like, yeah, I want it, no, I don't. Yeah, I want it, no, I don't. How many of you guys have coaches like that? Yeah, I want the coffee, no, I don't want the coffee. Yeah, nope. Okay, as long as you just keep it there and you go like this and wait for them, and then, do you see what I'm saying? You don't just keep pouring it on top of them. How many of you guys are trying to pour coffee on top of people that don't want coffee? See what I'm saying? That's crazy, right? These are the 4 things you have to build on. It rises and falls on leadership, okay? Good leaders, a good coffee pourer does not keep pouring the coffee when the cup isn't there. This just came to me. So you all are hearing this stuff for the first time. I promise you. This is good stuff right here. I can't wait to tell my team about the coffee. Okay, so a good leader doesn't keep pouring the coffee, right? Remember that, okay? It rises and falls on leadership. It's a skill. I'm going to teach you, just like that 15-year-old is like, well, what if I pour it too fast? What if I pour it and it splashes on people? What if? It's a skill. You guys know when you pour the coffee, it's a skill, and you stop and it doesn't overflow, right? It's a skill. It takes a little time, right? 3, your team will duplicate you. So if you're the lead coffee pourer and you keep pouring it on top of everybody and getting pissed off that some people don't want your coffee, guess what? The person that you're training is going to think that that's how they're supposed to feel and be, and not everybody can come with you. Okay, so we got that part down. Okay, listen. There are 3 things. Well, let's go here first. Well, there's 3 things. I'm going to plant this seed first. There's 3 things that you have to evaluate yourself on as a leader, okay? This is what your challengers, your spouse, yeah, I'm going to go there. I like to talk about marriage. This is what your challengers, your spouse, your kids, when they're deciding whether to follow you, your coaches, anybody, this at the workplace, this is what they're asking. Because, and you guys might think this is crazy, especially my rubies. You guys might think this is crazy, and my emeralds. You're going to think this is crazy, but this is true because this is how we're wired, okay? See, this is science. This is how we were wired. We are wired to connect. That's how human beings are wired. We're not wired to be excited about a success club point. I'm just going to put it out there. That's just a goal. We're not wired we're wired to want to connect, okay? So there are 3 things that I want you to evaluate yourself on tonight, and we're going to get in there, but I'm going to plant these seeds right now. The people following you are going to ask themselves this: does she trust me? Or wait, can I trust her? Your coaches are saying to themselves, can I trust her? 2, does she love me? And 3, can she help me? Those are the 3 things. As soon as one of them is compromised, they go like this. I'm not letting you in. How many of you guys have had somebody do something to you where one of those things were compromised? Like you're like, wait a second, can I trust her? Did you follow her? Or did you kind of go like this? Like were you a little more nervous to go where she's going because you're not so sure that her heart's in the right place? Anybody ever meet someone like that? So everybody shake your head yes, because we all have leaders like that in our life, okay? So those are the 3 things that people are going to ask themselves, okay? People have to decide, because we're wired this way, if they can relate to you, okay? That's how the worst type of leadership is that, have you ever seen anybody that presents themselves as perfect? How does that make you feel? Do you feel like you can connect, or is it almost like, does it kind of make you feel like you suck? Have you ever met someone like that? Like it always looks like they have everything together, and they create a me environment where they're kind of on a pedestal, and you're like, if only I could. But does it make you want to climb that pedestal, or does it make you want to take that pedestal and like that right? At some point, or if they fall off the pedestal, some of the pros want to catch them, but really internally they're like, I wish they would just fall. Because that's how we can't relate to perfection, because it's bullcrap. Think about it. Someone that presents themselves as perfect, I wouldn't follow them into a freaking mall. Do you know what I mean? Like I just don't trust that perfection walking around. No one can relate to that. Okay? I tell my team, we are hope givers. There is no hope in perfection because what I believe, there's only one person that ever walked this earth as perfect, okay? So there's no hope in me pretending to be perfect. That doesn't show anybody anything. So write this down. You have to lead with your scars. We all have them. How many of you guys have scars? Like you've been hurt before. That's what makes you relatable. That's what makes people lean in and go, she gets me. And that's what makes people want to follow you. They trust you. That's the first level of trust, is when you are willing to take your walls down enough to share your scars, okay? You have to be willing to share your scars, okay? See, most people think leadership is a title. I'm an elite coach now. I am in the Million Club. I am a 15-star. That's the lowest level of leadership I've ever seen in my entire life. It is the lowest level. You can't take rank to the bank. Write that down. I know people are like, what? I've been fighting for rank. You're fighting for the wrong thing, okay? You're fighting for the wrong thing. You have to find something bigger than rank to fight for, and then your downline will duplicate you, and naturally your rank will come. But a rank-focused leadership is the lowest level of leadership, okay? Servant leadership is where you want to go. It is the difference between a me environment and a we environment, okay? We are hardwired to connect, remember? We like to be a part of a tribe. How many of you guys have read the book Tribes? It's a leadership book, okay? It's a great book. We are wired to want to be a part of something. And that's usually how you're going to bring people in, okay? No, most people bring them in the me environment, and if you don't turn it into a we environment, they disappear, okay? So if you want people to stay with you, at some point, so some of you might think, oh crap, I have a me environment right now. That's okay. It's okay. You can keep them in if you start to shift over to the we environment, okay? The we. So the highest level leadership is, write this down, they're humble. The highest level, what is humble, okay? Humble is that person that leader that can fall on their sword and say, crap, I screwed that up really bad. I really screwed that up, and I'm sorry. Will you please forgive me? Imagine if you went to, how many of you guys are more, okay, I'm talking about myself right now. Some of you can relate. In the past, you've been more, because I'm an emerald. In emeralds, there's a right and there's a wrong. Okay, it's black, it's white. Okay, that's how I see it. There's a speed limit, I follow it. If you don't follow the speed limit, you get pulled over, I laugh. Do you know what I mean? Like, ha! Whereas my husband's a Ruby, and he's the one that rules were meant to be broken, rules were meant to be followed. Do you understand what I'm saying? So two different mindsets, right? Okay, so I used to be way more interested in being right than unity. Okay, and you're looking on your team, in your household, anywhere that you have leadership, you're looking for unity. When there's unity, I mean, look, when my hands go like this, I can't get them apart. And that's what you want. That's unity. In a household, when you come together like this, you can't break a family apart where there is unity. And at the highest level of leadership, you're humble in the fact that you can go to your husband and say, babe, I really screwed up. You know what? I judged you. I hurt you. I started your day off wrong. Will you please forgive me and keep me accountable for not doing that again? That's humble. That's how you go to the highest level of leadership in your house. And if you take that and you apply that to this business, people will follow you anywhere. Why? Because they know you love them enough to fall on your sword. Write that down. They have to trust that you're willing to fall on your sword. Okay? So the highest level of leadership, right, is humble, relatable. I already told you that perfection is not going to get you anywhere, okay? And you are willing, we're going to cover this in a second, but you're willing to ask for forgiveness, which is part of being humble. If you're not willing to do those things, you will never get to the highest level of leadership. Which if you guys want now if you guys are like, no, Summer, I'm here for the $500 a month check. I say, cool, we don't have to go to the highest level of leadership to get that. How many of you guys make more than that in a month? Okay. You guys know as your team grows, right, you have to have a higher level of leadership or you're going to lose your mind. Anybody ever thought that before? Like, your heart almost has to soften more, and you have to become more humble. And if you want to go where, how many of you guys would love to have a downline of 20,000 people? That'd be awesome, right? I mean, I can tell you what your paycheck would look like. Some of you rubies be like, yeah, like I'd be buying me a Mercedes. You know what I mean? Like, to get there, to get to that piece, you have to be humble. You have to create a we environment, because we are hardwired to want to be a part of something. We are not hardwired to want to bow down to everybody in the pedestal environment. Does that make sense? No one follows that. No one follows that. This is what people follow. And I'm going to ask you guys to evaluate yourself and tell me if you run this business like this. Okay, because this is where the number one comes in. Do they trust me? You guys are going to self-evaluate. Tell me if you run your business like this, okay? 11 years ago, my husband left for the Marine Corps, okay? He was an officer candidate at school, and he was going through the whole thing. And I don't know how many of you guys know anything about that, but it's not easy. It's very torturous. They make you swim with snakes and all kinds of things, okay? He was getting towards the end, and we were already married, no kids. I moved there, right? I moved there to be closer to him. I picked up everything from Columbus, Ohio, moved to Quantico, Virginia, was living in a house. Now, if you don't graduate OCS, you don't get a paycheck. It's not like, oh, you want to try again? You want to go back and keep getting paid? It's like, you out. Do you know what I mean? Next, you're out, right? So I had already moved there. And I mean, if you break an ankle, you're out. They don't care. You're gone. Next. Okay? So he is at the end. The last thing that he has to do is run this race fully with all his like Kevlar on and, you know, his M16 and his boots and his rucksack and all that kind of stuff. And he wakes up with a sore throat. It'd been going on, but now it's like he can't swallow. So he has to go down and have it looked at. And they're like, dude, you have like an abscess in your back of your throat. It had like black all around it. And he was like, don't you tell anybody. I have to finish this. I have to finish this. Don't you tell anybody. Okay, so he went to the starting line. He took off. Okay, he's running. He's dizzy. He's seeing things by the time, but he's like, I have to finish this. My life depends on it. My wife's life depends on it, okay? And by the time he got to the end, he passed out across the finish line with 107-degree temperature, and they threw him in an ice-filled bucket to bring it back down, okay? Now, listen, that's trust, right? Would you fight next to my husband? Like, if you were in a combat zone, would you be like, I want to fight with that dude? Like, do you know what I mean? Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, damn, I want to fight next to him, right? You're like, what if we all ran our business like that? And I'm not saying to the point of burnout. I'm not saying you work. If any of you guys know me, I don't work more than 20 hours a week, never have. Okay, so I'm not saying that. But I mean, when you've determined how many hours you're going to work a day, you hustle, right? And people know it. Your team knows it, like you're in it. You're not, there's no excuses. Like if you are in a hurricane, like one of my leaders, and she had to leave and get out, she made sure that she found a Starbucks to do our training in, because she was the live speaker today. Like, I want to fight next to that girl. Like, her team knows, like, dude, she was in a hurricane, left the hurricane, got into a Starbucks. Now that is freaking awesome, right? It's kind of like, Chad, like, you want to fight next to them, okay? You have to understand, to go to that level, you want people to want to trust that you are going to be there. One of our mentors is David Scott Mann. If you don't know him, look him up on Facebook. He is a retired Green Beret, lieutenant colonel, okay? And he used to be dropped in the most dangerous places on the planet, the most dangerous places, okay? And he had to convince these tribes to fight for their life, okay? And where it all started, the number one thing was every single night, whether that tribe went up or not, he had to climb up to the rooftop, get in position, take fire, and sometimes go down bloody, lose people, like whether the tribe fought or not. But over time, the tribe was like, dude, they're still up there. Before you know it, you know, you'll see muzzle flashes from other buildings, because they trusted, they knew that these guys were going to be there no matter what. You guys have to understand, in this business, when your tribe, when your team knows that you are going to be on that rooftop, on vacation, and I'm not saying you work away your vacation. Don't twist my words. That's not what I'm saying. But my team knows for 1 hour in the morning while my kids are still sleeping, I'm up from 6 to 7, and I got some things done. I was on my rooftop that day. They know that, okay? So you have to ask, and they trust me. They know that 10 years from now, Sommer's still going to be here fighting on the rooftop next to them. They don't have to question that, okay? Number 2, okay, so, and I know I'm going to run out of time. I can talk for a while. I apologize. So, okay, that's number 1 is, do you have, I call it the Chad Tucker mentality. Are you willing to fall across the finish line, right, with a 107-degree temperature because you are fighting for your tribe? Chad was fighting for me and for our future family, right? Are you willing to fight like that, okay? When you are, your tribe knows, man, I can trust that girl. I'll follow her, okay? Number 2 is, does she love me, okay? Think about this, okay? Your team will know you love them if you care more about their needs than yours, okay? And what does that look like in our business? It looks like this. When we're like, oh, crap, she's about to lose Emerald, which means she's going to lose Diamond. This is my 2-star, 5-star qualification week. It's the last one. Message that girl. Get her going. Somebody buy something underneath her. Who's that for? Who was that for? That was for you. And sometimes we got to do a little self-reflection on that, okay? Sometimes we got to think like, okay, how can I reach out and serve her? Not how can I get her to do, not how, let me put this in more nasty terms, not how can I manipulate her. That sucks, doesn't it? Doesn't that sound like it sucks? That no one wants to be manipulated, right? So how can, if you think about, okay, how can I serve her? Let me reach out and see what's going on with her. You might lose your qualification week. That sucks. I get it. I lost 15-star qualification on the last time when everybody earned $29,000 bonus. I lost that one, right? Awesome. That feels so good when you lose $29,000. So, okay, so you might lose qualification, but you will earn a lifer over here. But I can tell you one thing, you might earn the qualification and completely lose her forever. Which one is more long-term? Which one's going to serve long-term in your mission? Serving her where she's at. They need to know that you love them. You aren't in it for yourself, right? But if you help enough people reach their goals, you'll naturally reach yours. That's how you get lifers. If you go at people just for you, you end up, how many of you guys know people like this? A business with a mile, they're a mile long, but an inch deep. It's an inch deep. Like they're always, it's like trying to keep these balls going. You know what I mean? They're always trying to shove down, 50 PB here, I'll buy one here. Let me slip you a gift card. Do you know what I mean? Like they're just keeping it all up in the air. There's no peace in that. There's no peace, okay? You want to grow like Michelle Myers and I say, you want a business that's a mile deep, where you look around, you look back, and you got this freaking army that is following you, right? See, if we look around and no one's following us, we're not leading, we're going for a walk by ourselves. You know what I mean? But, and some of you guys are like, crap, I'm walking by myself. I'm going for a stroll. No, it's okay. If you take these things that I just taught you right here, if you start asking yourself and embodying this into your business, before you know it, you will have a whole tribe of people following behind you, and you'll have 20,000 people in your downline, and you will have a volume that you don't have to stress about the bonus. The bonus literally then gets to be a bonus instead of I need that bonus to pay my bills. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay, so those pieces, you can use that in every area of your life, okay? So there's 2 more things I know Joel's probably getting on here soon, right? Someone shake their head. Brittany, is he about ready? Yes. 2 things I want you guys to think about, okay? Well, let's just start with 1 since I have a lot of time, okay? If you are going to duplicate, okay, this business is about duplication, and they duplicate you, then the first place to start is developing yourself. Okay, a lot of times we're always looking at how do I change my spouse? How do I change my kids? Look back at the leader. How do I change myself? What needs to change in me to go to the next level, okay? It won't rise above you. It never will. This is what you have to remember. I'm going to leave you guys with this, okay? This is the final thing. You must lead yourself first, okay? And that starts with this phrase, faithful with the little things, okay? So there's 4 things to be faithful with. What's coming out of your mouth? When you look in the back office and someone drops, damn it, what's wrong with her? Do you know what I mean? Oh, life and death is in the power of the tongue, right? Instead of looking back like, man, I wonder how she's feeling right now. She saw Emerald. You know what I mean? Think about when some of you guys have dropped, how that feels, right? She can't be feeling so good, right? So what's coming out of your mouth when you're talking to people, okay? 2, how do you act at work? Because you can't switch it off. So if you walk into work like, I can't wait to fire this boss, that doesn't go very well. You know what I mean? Like that's how you're going to carry yourself at work and you're going to carry yourself at home. You can't shut it off. Faith with the little things. So if you work a full-time job, you better rock that full-time job because you have to prove that you're faithful here to lead here to have a downline that you can lead. Does that make sense? It's all law. Like you can't fight it. 3, check your marriage. Check your marriage. How are we doing there? Faithful with the little things. That one matters. If we're struggling here, sometimes we beat our business. We're like, well, I'm doing everything right when it was right over here. Faithful with the little things. Okay? So listen, and I'm going to let you guys go. No, Ollie, hold on just a second. So listen, you guys, you have to remember that it all starts with you. You duplicate yourself. Okay? So hold on, buddy. Okay, never mind. You duplicate yourself. So if you're always self-evaluating, how am I doing? How am I doing? That will duplicate. And as you will notice, it will bleed down into your team. And that is how you build a big team. Does that make sense? So those 3 things I ask myself every single day. I just told my team to add my 2 stars and above. I said, you have to add those 3 things. Everybody needs to self-evaluate right now because it's millimeter adjustments that can take you into a no-fly zone in Pakistan or to the target where you're supposed to defend the squadron that's out there, whoever you're defending. Does that make sense from military terms? Millimeter adjustments. So look at your coaches and ask yourself, okay, do they know that they can trust me? I'm going to be here. Are my actions showing that? 2, do they know that I truly do love them? My heart is for them with whatever their needs are right now. My heart's for them, right? And do they know that I can help them? I'm here to serve them. Whether it be they need to go back to being a challenger or they need help balancing or their mom just had a heart attack, I'm here to help, to serve, and to love. When you can check those 3 things off, you will thrive because you've been faithful, okay? It's a fact, okay? You can't fight it. Does that make sense? So if you haven't, there's only one thing you need to do is go and fall on your sword. Actually do a voice message. Hey, girl, I was doing some self-reflection, and what I realized is I don't think that I've really showed you that you can trust me, that I love you, and I can help you. And I want to ask you to forgive me, and I want you to help me understand how I can better serve you. Right? Can you imagine? They'd be like, big teams are made of a lot of people doing a little. That's it. And they won't do a little if they don't believe that you love them, they can trust you, and that you can help them. So I know 4 minutes over. I'm done.
That's okay. That was so good, Sommer. Thank you so much. So good. So
Absolutely. Good. I could talk for another hour. Thank you so much for having me, you guys. Have fun with Joel. You don't need me anymore, right, Brittany?
No, thank you so much.
All right, you guys. Good job. Keep working hard. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm so excited to introduce Joel, which probably doesn't need any introduction. You guys are super excited, I know. Quarter Force drops in 3 weeks now? 3.5? Who's so excited? I am. Joel, you can unmute yourself. I think you are muted. But, yeah. How's it going?
I've been listening the last 4 minutes, and I'm fired up. Oh, my God. I'm like, let's go. Come on. That was awesome.
So we're just here to listen to you and hear all things Quarter Force. A little bit about you.
Sommer, man. I want Sommer to describe Quarter Force, man, because I think it's just, woo! Right? Holy shit. I mean, holy crap. Sorry. Hi, everybody. Hi, Brittany.
Hi.
How's everything?
Good.
So you guys want to hear about Quarter Force?
Yes.
All right. I might be able to tell you a couple things about it. If not, I'll make up the rest of it. So I guess the first question, did everybody do the sneak peek? Everybody try the sneak peek on Monday? Everybody nods their heads. Were you sore the next day? Yeah, how about that? That's kind of cool.
Good. So good.
You like it, Brittany?
I was obsessed. I love like MMA. I love Body Beast, so I'm more of in the resistance training, but that was like, I love it. I'm jazzed. So jazzed.
Oh, good. Phew. That's kind of like how it was when the sneak peek came out. We saw like all the comments and posts and everybody. It's like, whoo, because that was the first, opportunity for everyone to really see it. It came out elite sneak peek at the end of September, but you never know. So yeah, we're super excited because we can finally talk about this. 18 months of working on this damn thing. We can finally just talk all about it. So it's great. And you guys did the sneak peek, so you saw, a little tiny sneak peek, tidbit of information about it, and let's talk about the program as a whole. So top sheet information. Core de Force is a 30-day MMA-inspired, MMA-styled total body transformation program. And I say total body transformation. I do not say weight loss. We do not say weight loss because we didn't design a weight loss program. We designed a total body transformation program because, yeah, you want to lose weight? Great. But how about change your entire body around? Does that sound interesting? Sure it does. And we'll get into like some more specifics of that later. I've been sitting all day too. That's why I'm like standing up in my bedroom because in summer just amped me up even more. So now I feel like I just had a jolt of coffee. You have to have a shot of tequila to calm down. So, in talking about Core de Force, though, we're talking about some really fun things, and we were able to really go into a world that Jericho and I know and love. We've been in this world for a long time, the MMA world, and we really want to bring as much authenticity as we could to you guys and to everybody from Core de Force. Using Core de Force, we wanted to bring as much authentic movement and ideas and ideals from the MMA world as possible. So the way we did that was a couple different ways, and this is really, and I know this question has been out there already, I'm sure some of you are wondering, what's the difference between Core de Force and other programs that are out there? Some of the biggest ones are, the easiest one, if you guys did the sneak peek, you saw, it's not to the beat. It is not musically driven. That is not authentic MMA style training, is punching to rhythm, punching to the beat of a music. So we took it off the beat because that's how you should be. And in doing this allows you, if you notice, to work at your own pace, which is huge because last time I checked, nobody walks around in a fight stance with their guard up, ready to punch somebody. So this is not, so for most people, this is something new. So we got to get you guys working at your own pace so you can really get it figured out. And you get to work at your own pace, which means you can progress at your own pace, which is also a big deal. You don't have to try to keep up with anybody in the DVDs or anybody else. You just have to progress yourself. So taking off the beat was a huge step. There is music. It's in the background. We actually went back in, and you'll hear more as you do the other workouts. The music in the MMA speed was pretty basic just because the workout's basic, and we really wanted you guys to nail the basics. But we were able to go back in. We worked with the composers, and we actually had a lot of fun of composing music to the workout. So the music actually follows the intensities of the workout. So as you do the workout and you probably get tired of all my bad jokes, you're like, haha, I've heard this before. You'll have the option to mute me and Jericho and then just listen to the music, and you'll hear the differences and the changes. So the music's still there. It'll still drive you. But more importantly, it's the workout. And I've heard a lot of feedback. Some people said, they're like, I didn't even hear the music because I was focused so much on what I was doing. And that's a big component of Core de Force, is it's not just making your body do something. It is mental focus, man. You are using your brain. And when we talk about using your fight stance and hopefully you watched the Learn It and Work It, and you did learn it and work it. And we said, okay, if you're right-handed, put your left leg forward. And everybody's like, wait, what? And then you have to stand with your left leg forward, and then you start doing combinations, and you're like, wait, what? What's a jab? Okay, what's a cross? What's a jab, cross, hook? What the hell is a switch knee? So there's all these different moves. So your brain's working the entire time. So that what that does is that is firing and that is really enhancing all of your neuromuscular connections. And that is huge in terms of balance and coordination and badassery as well. If that is a word, but it should be. It is a word in Core de Force, badassery. So, and yes, pause button can be your best friend too. But you can slow down. That's the great thing is you can go as slow as you want and you're still going to work. And so the other couple of things that we did with this is in terms of authenticity, as I was just talking about the fight stance, you guys noticed that we didn't have you switch sides. And I know this has been a question with people. Well, hey, how come I don't switch sides? Well, I was in my dominant fight stance, which means my left leg was forward, but I never actually switched sides. How come? And am I going to be one-sided? No, I promise you will not be walking in circles with the dominant leg. When it comes to MMA combinations, if you think about the way you move, your body's rotating in two planes. You're moving sagittal plane and transverse plane. So you're moving side to side. You're doing this. And the way your body is moving, that is where the core rotation, the core training comes from. And your body, and you're not set your weight into one single leg. It's going from front to back. So with that said, you're still getting a full body core training workout. And then you will see, though, as the workouts progress and you guys do more of the core to force workouts, anytime you actually do like a fitness related exercise, like maybe a lunge or something like that, of course we have you switch sides. So again, promise you, you are getting a full body workout, even though you're not switching sides when you're doing your stand up, when you're doing your MMA stuff. Those are the two big questions that we've had so far. Other things that happen, this program is zero equipment. No equipment. Leave the gloves in the drawer. You put weighted gloves on. I'm going to come find you and throw them at you because this program is specifically designed for no equipment. Again, going back to authenticity standpoint, if I go to my boxing gym and I'm not going to actually hit anything, if I'm just doing conditioning, I don't put anything on my hands. And if I walked in there with anything on my hands, I would get made fun of because they would say I would look stupid. But it's not about equipment. And I know there's other programs that have been out there in the past where you have gloves on or you have weighted gloves or ankle weights and things like that. Again, keep in mind, we designed this program specifically for no equipment. So the combinations, the way the intervals work, the way the combinations work, everything is designed with that in mind. So if you think that you can add equipment to make it better, you actually are going to do the opposite. So if you throw weighted gloves on your hands, now all of a sudden you add a weight to a lever that's going to extend away from your body, and you're going to make your tendons and joints work more and work harder to bring your arm back. So don't do it. Did I get that clear? That's a big one. No equipment. Don't do it. And also from a safety standpoint, as you guys saw in the sneak peek, you do like some of the moves you do, like the grounded fighter stance, you're actually going to have your hands down to the ground. You have something around your wrist in terms of if you have Velcro or anything around your wrist, that's going to really, we need to make sure you have wrist stability and wrist control. So we don't want to compromise anything by putting something around your hands. All right, there we go. Not going to talk about it anymore. I think I got the point across. Pointing at all of you. What else? So let me see. Trying to think of the other big top questions. Nutrition. I know that's been a big thing. People are talking about food. So we have in the Core to Force, we have an eating plan. It's not a diet plan, it is an eating plan because I like to eat. I don't like to diet. Jericho doesn't like to diet. We like to eat food. And the great thing about Core to Force is because it is a higher intensity program, you get to eat food because higher intensity means more demand on your body, means you got to fuel it. So yes, you get to eat, and you get to eat real food, like good food, like barbecue chicken pizza is a recipe in the eating plan. You're welcome. That was my recipe. And there's a couple other ones in there, but it's food, and you got to do it. And that, again, it goes into the whole aspect of this program is a total body transformation program. It's not a weight loss program. So we feed you because your body needs food, and you are going to put demand on your body with the intensities of these workouts. So fueling your body is going to reward you by changing. And that's really when it comes to people asking like, what was this compared to? How do you compare the food plan or the workouts to other things that are out there? You can't, because it's completely different. So the easiest thing is that I can tell people is just start fresh. Just wipe the slate clean for everything that you think you've done in the past in terms of maybe it's an MMA program or whatever it is. Just start fresh. Just try it. Just see what happens. Act like you don't know anything and just do exactly what we say and what the book says about the eating plan and watch what happens. And I promise you will not be disappointed because the results we're seeing right now in the coach test group that are happening, the results that we saw in the original test group are ridiculous in terms of what it's done for people's bodies. what it did for my body, even when we did this thing. I was even surprised. I was like, holy shit, I didn't know it was going to do that good. It's good stuff. So there is an eating plan. There's a new eating plan in there. It does go off of and use the portion fix ideals, with the colors and the measurements, but there are no portion fix containers in the base kit. No nothing in the base kit. You just get 3 DVDs that have the 10 total workouts in the base kit. That's it. Because when we designed Core de Force, nobody take offense to this. We didn't make it for you guys. We made it for the people that are not exercising. We're making it for the 260 million people that need to exercise. So we had to make this. We wanted it as basic and as simple as possible and get rid of all the barriers, right? And a barrier in my mind is having to clean those damn little portion control fixed containers. I hate them. That's just me. Yes, I know you can put them in the dishwasher, but then you throw them in the dishwasher, they get flipped around and they get filled up with water, and you try to take them out and they spill water everywhere, and you say, this is stupid. Just kidding, they're great. I just don't use them. So anyway, base kit, no equipment whatsoever, super simple and super easy. Just push play, just get moving. That's what we wanted to do. In terms of speaking of getting people moving, Brittany, I've said it like on all these different coach calls, so I'll keep saying it. It does, they get flipped over in the dishwasher. Like, come on, it happens to everybody, right? It can't be just me, or I don't know how to load a dishwasher. It's very possible. So speaking of doing it for speaking of making this program for everybody, you guys saw Jessica, the modifier in MMA Speed. She is our modifier in all the workouts, and there is a modification for any exercise when necessary. That means, again, going back to the very beginning, where this program is based to where everyone can work at their own pace. Everyone can do this because there's a modification for every single move when necessary. The cool thing, though, is that especially with the MMA workouts, you're standing up and you're doing rotational movements for, 80% of the time that you don't need a modification for. So think about somebody that is starting out or starting right off the bat. And, we had people in our test group, they're starting out 300 pounds, but they're just standing and they're just moving their body. They're just rotating side to side. They're going to get more out of these workouts than they would of some sort of any other higher intensity workout where they had to modify, 90% of it because of their physical fitness level. So this is actually great because they're going to be able to do more moving with less modifications. And that's why we saw such amazing results with people that were heavier set, because they were able to get more out of it, able to keep moving. So between the modifier, between working at your own pace, between the way we structure the combinations, we have the 3-minute rounds, which is new and different as well. That's interval training. That is taking you through various fat burning levels. There's no such thing as a fat burning zone. I know it's a marketing thing. Everyone hears fat burning zone. Doesn't exist, guys. If you move, you're burning fat. It's getting you into specific fat burning levels of proteins and carbs. And that's the great thing about Core de Force is it takes you through certain intervals where we do the 60-second combination, the 30-second spike. You repeat that. Now you've gone interval training where you go to specific fat burning levels where you're really going to burn the fat and the protein, or you're going to burn protein, fat, and carb fat. So that's awesome. That's why it transforms your body in such a great way. How's that for trigger words, right? Fat burning levels? Yeah, there you go. Use that. Let's see. Sarah said she did the sneak peek in her chair because dislocated knee, upper body was still dead the next day. There you go. See, you can do it. And I know actually we saw a couple of videos of people, 2 people I saw do it in a wheelchair, and they killed it. You guys, you're still rotating. You're still moving. That's a great thing. You can still do this. Let's see. Let's see if there's any other questions out here. Those are all the top level things that I can come up off the top of my head right now. Jillian did it for sure, and then there was another person too. So Brittany, if you, I'm sure there's people who've got other questions that might trigger some other stuff. It's my 3rd call tonight. So.
No, for sure. I have a couple questions, and then I'll pass it over to other people. But a couple. So I know with the other programs, I don't know if they had this in the sneak peek, but the calendars, is there just one calendar, or is there one that's for maybe someone that's a little bit more seasoned, like coaches that are already physically fit?
So the answer to that is no, there isn't, because It doesn't matter how fit you are if you've never punched before. Right. You're gonna learn how to do it, right? So there's that. So you still need to learn the form and technique, but The great thing is, like, so MMA Speed there isn't actually a beginning workout in this program. There is MMA Speed is the first workout that you guys will do on the workout calendar. It's the it's the 6-round workout, and it's the most basic when it comes to the disciplines of the combinations: boxing, kickboxing. We start to add in as you go, and you start to learn rotation. We start adding in some Muay Thai, kickboxing, and some other disciplines where you actually start kicking and things like that. But at the end of the workout calendar, the last week of the workout calendar, you actually go back and you do MMA Speed again, and you will be surprised how much you get out of it, because now you know how to rotate your body. You're not thinking about what a jab is, what a cross is. I say jab, cross, hook, and you're like, bam, bam, bam. If I say 2 uppercuts, hook, roll, bam, 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 you're going to get it no problem. So that means that there's no such thing as graduating this program, because you will always be able to go back and get something out of it. We taught MMA Speed on Monday, the same day there was a sneak peek to the Team Cup winners, the ladies from Canada. They were in town, and we did a surprise live workout with them because they were here. They didn't get to see it. I was drenched after, doing 6 rounds. And you guys, I do this stuff every day. But I was drenched from this. It's like you will always, because of the way, this type of movement and the world of MMA, you never graduate. You just keep getting better. You just keep getting more out of every single combination.
Awesome.
Sorry, long answer to your question. I get excited.
No, that's fine. No, that's really cool. It kind of reminds me of Max 30 in that way. So I guess my other question would be, like, if I know this is like your first big program, right, with Beachbody. I know that you did a combat in the past with Les Mills, right?
Right. They're not French. They're New Zealand, so it's less.
Less. Okay.
Less.
Sorry. I've only been doing this for like 3 years, so that was like before me.
I know. A lot of people didn't even know what it was. Yeah. So I was in Pump. I was in Les Mills Pump. That was my original. That was my first experience with Beachbody, and then Jericho and I represented combat. We actually weren't in combat, but because it was with Les Mills, the same company, and Jericho and I taught the group exercise version of Les Mills Combat, which was body combat. We were West Coast based. That's what we did. We represented. So yeah, that's our background. Yeah.
Cool. So with this program, I guess my question would be, like, if you could say like one thing that you hope, like, to leave an impression on the people that you're trying to impact, what would you say the one thing that you hope to get out of this program for everyone that tries it would be? That's kind of heavy. I know.
Good question, girl. I'm like, I gotta sit down for this one. Look, I have been in the fitness industry since I was 19 years old, in the business of fitness since I was 19. First job was the front desk at the 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. shift. That was my first front desk job at a gym. So think about what I saw at 3 a.m. But I've been in the gyms. I've worked at gyms. I've worked at Department of Health. I've worked with the government. I've done a lot of different things when it comes to fitness. And it's always been, for me, too small potatoes, because it was like, okay, I'm not getting enough people. I'm not getting after enough people. I'm not reaching enough people. Personal training, one-on-one wasn't enough. Group exercise, 30, 60, 90, however many people, still not enough. Working in a gym, geographic isolation, not enough. And, with Beachbody, the world's the limit now. We can reach everybody with programs like this and Beachbody on Demand and things like that. And I think with this program, I know, in Jericho, we both know what this type of training can do for a person from a health and fitness standpoint. We know what it can do from a mental standpoint in terms of, and we're hearing so many people say, just from the sneak peek, just from 27 minutes, everyone felt like how many people felt like a badass and how cool they felt by just doing this and just punching air. And that, I think that speaks volumes to the program that we created. And it was really, that was the intent. It's not about, we stepped away from the, I don't want to say typical, because it's not, I shouldn't say typical, but the mindset of shirts off, 6-pack, in that type of physicality stuff. We wanted to go from strength. We wanted to go with strength from the inside out. And that's really what this program does. And you saw in the MMA Speed, I know you only saw one workout, but you'll see in the rest of the workouts, like, my shirt isn't off. Sorry, ladies. It's not off. And it's only off in the marketing materials, because that's marketing. Come on. But, and that might be what sells it. But, and with Jericho, like, we filmed this, And we filmed this, and she was still working on coming back. She had a C-section and, getting her mom bod back. And it wasn't about putting a tiny little sports bra and shorts on. It was basically saying, look, this program is, we're going to start on the inside. We're going to start with those, little tiny local stabilizer muscles next to your spine, and we're going to make you stronger from the inside out, physically and mentally. And I think when it comes to a takeaway, that's what we want. We want it to be where one person can do one workout, like the MMA speed workout, like you guys did, and walk away going, holy shit, I feel stronger. I feel more confident. I feel more balanced. Just that's what we were going for. Not just saying this is going to get you in shape, but this is going to change your life. This is going to change the way that you do things, because otherwise we're just going to say, hey, do this for 30 days. Good luck. Peace out after that. That's not what this is about. We're saying, look, hopefully this is people use a stepping stone to now start a different journey or go down a different path in their life, because whatever they were doing obviously wasn't working. Hope that answered that.
Totally did. No, and Stephanie, I don't know if you caught that in the comments, but she mentioned she used Kempo to get out of PSD phase after an abusive relationship. And so I think that that's something maybe that this program might be able to help with too. That's cool.
Look, we know what extra health and we know what health and fitness can do. We know what exercise can do in terms of what it can do for depression. We know what it can do for anything like that. And I feel that adding, it's one thing working out, but I feel adding in the MMA world to it, I don't want to say it brings in a level of aggression, because it's not about aggression, and it's really not. And some of the people, I've heard a lot of people say, well, I don't know, why should I don't want to, I'm not a fighter. Great. Neither am I. I sparred once and got punched in the head. I'm like, screw that. That hurts. So I'm not a fighter. I just do this for the fitness benefits. And I do feel like a badass when I hit pads and even punch air. I feel pretty cool when I feel like I can do it. It's not about that. It's about, really moving your body in a way that has never done it before. And it's really going to, put yourself in a new mental space. And, when it comes to MMA, and even the guys that do fight, that I do train with, those are some of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in the world. It has nothing to do with aggression. It has nothing to do with aggression whatsoever. So yeah, there you go.
I love that.
I did see someone ask a question a second ago. Where was it? Oh, here it is. How would you get interest into this workout when people are in love with hitting objects? What's a way to convince someone to even just try sample with it? Castro 427. Our love with hitting objects. I assume she means like already boxing or something like that. I hope she means that, or he, whoever that was. I think look, it really comes down to this. And I get this question in every single call. People are like, well, how do what do you do to get someone that's, working out in a gym? How do you convince them to come do this program? My answer is I wouldn't, because they're already working out. They're already doing something. That's like me it's like the Italian mom, right? Are you hungry? No, I just ate. Okay, have something. It's like I'm full, but you're going to make me eat anyway. If someone's already working out and they're happy with it, don't waste your time on them, man. That's not what we're going after, right? There are over 260 million people in the United States that need to move. Go after those people. The low-hanging fruit are not people that are already exercising. I'm telling you, you got to get out of your fitness bubble. That's a bubble. You're in a bubble. You're in a fitness bubble. And the other, I do a business training call with coaches talking about this specific thing, and not to get in without getting really into it. We're Beachbody. We're in a bubble, you guys. It is this bubble. It's a 500,000 coach bubble, and people are like, well, how do you have a different story? All the posts I see on Facebook are people with their Shakeology cups, and I just worked out today. I go, that means you're in the bubble. That means that everybody on your Facebook are coaches. So you're only talking to coaches. Get the hell out of there. You got to start talking to other people. So I really think it's just a matter of, again, you got to go after the people that aren't moving or not exercising. Get out of that. And I know that's kind of out of the comfort zone, or it can be out of your comfort zone, but that's what you got to do. You got to talk to people that aren't moving. I did have a guy on a call last night that does actually train MMA and does fight locally. I don't remember where he was from. And he said he tried the sneak peek, and he was actually really excited because he said this would be great when he travels for work, and he says this would be great because he can do it when he's in his hotel room. Because there's that facet of it, and that's the great thing. And it really was awesome for me to hear that, because we were very, very adamant, and we really wanted to stay as authentic as possible. So to hear that from a fellow MMA enthusiast and actual fighter, that was really cool too. So yeah, I would say talk to all the people that aren't exercising or not working out. Let me see. Castro427. I hope I answered that. It was weird to say a username instead of. Melissa asks, how long is the program, the workouts? The program's 30 days. The workouts range anywhere between 5 minutes all the way up to 45 minutes, depending on the workouts that you're doing. Worked with a lot of postpartum moms, always concerned if the workouts are safe, if they have ab separation, diastasis, I believe it's called. Is it safe if they do need to modify? So look, first and foremost, as always, get clearance from your doctor, get clearance from your physician to do any sort of type of exercising. But I will say, aside from that, absolutely. And I know, in terms of the diastasis, that really goes into the medical aspect of it, and that's something they have to talk to their doctor about. So, if they're concerned with that, then what you do is you say, hey, look, I want to try this workout. It's mixed martial arts style training, which means a lot of core rotation. Ask your doctor, what do they think about that, for sure. If they say, hey, sure, no problem, then go for it. Jericho came back, and it's just an example, not saying use this as an excuse, but she came back 3 months after a C-section, and we started working on this, and she's also a badass, and killed it. But so it is possible. And I was modifying moves and she wasn't. So I guess I'm the sissy in that partnership. Jessica asked, do all the workouts have the moves broken down like the preview did? No, for all the workouts, but so there are 4 MMA workouts, 3 more on top of the MMA speed. So you guys did MMA speed, which is a 6-rounder. It goes up to a 9, and then you have 2 12-round workouts. The MMA ones, every single MMA does have a learn it and work it, because those are movements that are not normally done. The other workouts we don't, but we still have the modifier, and we break it down. This is something that Jericho and I, for lack of a better way of saying, we pride ourselves on our coaching and cueing. This is something we've been in the world for a long time, and we made very sure that we were effectively coaching and cueing the breakdowns for all the moves throughout all the workouts. So to make sure that you guys get it. So there.
Awesome. Does anyone else have questions?
Let's see. Melissa asked, what are the other workouts like? So this kind of leads into the total body transformation aspect of it. As I said, you have 4 MMA workouts. You also will be doing resistance strength training body weight workouts where we use your body weight against you. You're welcome. And that'll make you want to lose weight, right? When you use your body weight, like, I got to be lighter. I'm just kidding. But it will a little bit. So you'll do that, and then we have resistance body weight training, strength training. We have some plyometric strength training, and not like plyo you've ever done before. We really went into the world of Brazilian jiu-jitsu, wrestling, grappling, and had a lot of fun with that. So you guys are going to do stuff you're like, whoa. And when you get it, you're going to be like, oh yeah, I'm awesome. And you're going to tell everybody you know, I did that. Like hip escapes, oh yeah, they're cool. Like real hip escapes are fun. So you guys will be doing that. We have some core challenges. We've got like a 5-minute core challenge for you that you can, and the great thing about the workout calendar is you can stack some of these workouts as you progress. So you can do one workout and then you can do the 5-minute core challenge if you're up for it. I do know that not one person has done the core challenge for the first time was able to do the whole entire thing on their toes at the very beginning. So that, there you go. Nice little way to progress. Yeah, so just all kinds of little fun things. And then there's active recovery in there too. It's a 30-day program. So we gotta be doing something every single day of the 30 days. The active recovery though, just like as we always say, slow down as you're learning combinations. We use this opportunity to actually work on your technique and form and that's actually gonna stretch you out a little bit, and then you do stretch in that one too. So all kinds of fun things happening. And then Stephanie asked, will there be another sneak peek? Yes, there will be another sneak peek on Monday, the 24th, if you missed the first one.
Is it going to be the same workout?
Most likely, because we want everybody to do it and see if they can get even more out of it this time with more rotation. Not speed, but with rotation. I actually, just right before I jumped on this call, I got the email with the final numbers, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say it or not, but it was going to come out anyway. So we hit the record. We had 42,000 unique views, unique users do quarter four sneak peek, which phenomenal. That's like almost double anything else that's ever come out before. So we're really excited about that. So that means 42,000 individual people tried the sneak peek. That's huge. So that shows that the engagement's there. So, phew.
So you said the 24th, right, Joel?
Yes, ma'am. Monday the 24th.
Oh, okay, awesome.
That's a Monday.
That's a good opportunity. I was talking to my success partner guys, and you guys can continue to ask questions to Joel in the chat if you want to. But with that sneak peek, like scheduling, just start really pumping that up and talking about that free Beachbody On Demand 30 days so they can test it out for the sneak peek, get them really jazzed, do a live workout, maybe schedule that and host like a Zoom workout, and just see how many people are pumped up and have them on a list and contact them as soon as it launches on launch day. But that way they already did the workout. They're like, oh my gosh, I need that in my life, you know?
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm so glad you said it. And this is why you're one of the top coaches, because you got it figured out. And look, because I've been doing these calls for a couple weeks now. And some of them is like, well, where do you see Beachbody On Demand fitting into this whole thing? I'm like, are you serious? Like, this is where it fits in. Like 30 days free. This month is the month to do it of all months because of everything is there. You got the 20s, you got your so you get your reality show fix. Then you can do your yoga, so you get your stretching, you get your bendy fix, and then you can do quarter force and you get your badass fix on the 24th, like that. And if you do that and you do the 30 days free, that is perfect. So there you go. Oh, cool. So, and sounds like some people are going to Portland for Super Saturday. I think that's actually going to be a Super Sunday. I think I can't remember. We're doing 8 cities in 3 days that weekend, so it's going to be crazy. We leave Friday morning, and hold on, I got my list here. What was it? We hit Birmingham, Orlando, New York, Chicago, Indianapolis, Dallas, Portland, San Diego in 3 days.
Oh my gosh!
And we'll be doing a workout at every single one of them. So boom. I will post, and I did just get I just got that list and the links tonight, so I'll probably post that tomorrow since it's late now. I'll post all the links tomorrow so people, because we had some people asking where they could register. So Joel Freeman Fitness, social media, there you go, Facebook, Instagram.
All right, that's awesome. Does anyone have any questions before we let Joel go? It's been a long hour, I know, for you guys, but this has been awesome. I'm so excited. I mean, I know that I'd blow smoke maybe if you were another trainer, but I'm really excited. I'm excited about this program.
Oh, thank you. You can blow a little smoke if you want, but I'm glad it's not any smoke. I appreciate it. We're excited. I mean, look, we spent 18 months on this sucker, and we spent that long because we wanted to make sure that we hopefully got it right and covered all the grounds. And, Jericho and I are, for those of you guys that know us before all this and have seen what we've done or done a live workout with us, we feed off of energy. We feed off of people and live workouts and music and the fun of what a workout can be. And so we really wanted to work hard to translate that to a home workout. And, we feel like we did. We go back and we watch the DVDs, and aside from some horrible bad jokes that I make, so sorry, there'll be a couple of those, but there'll be more than a couple. But aside from that, I think that hopefully the energy's there, and we hope, again, just a sneak peek, people did it, and we feel like hopefully people are like, ooh, I want more, right? We're hoping that's what's happening. Looks like it. So far, so good.
Totally.
Yeah.
And all the workouts are both you and Jericho in both of them, or are there any with just like separate? Okay.
So there's a couple workouts in the deluxe where it's just me with some of the team, and then there's another one with just her and some of the team, and that was just because just the way the filmings worked out and extensions and things like that. So, but no, the base kit, this is 100% a 50-50 collaborative effort. We wrote this program together back before Bex, her son, was even born yet. So we've been working there for over a decade. So this core de force is Jericho and Joel, nobody else. So you're stuck with both of us. Sorry.
No, that's good. It would be a good couples program then too.
Sorry?
I feel like good couples program.
I think so. I really do. And I really hope that, honestly, hey, look, not a bad thing me being the minority when it comes to being a guy and surrounded by a bunch of women my whole life. But I would love to get some more guys in here. I really, really would. And more guys doing this, and I know that there was a lot of, when it came to anything else that was out there punchy kicky related, with the beat, it definitely deterred guys from doing it. So I'm hoping that this level of authenticity and badassery, making up a lot of words right now, will bring some more guys into it. I really do hope so. So congratulations, Stephanie. There you go. You beat him into the ground, into submission. Good job. I can't. Come on, guys. I can't say that. Like, I just got married. Come on. So
congratulations.
Oh, thank you. It's been a busy month. That's for sure.
Good year for you.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on the 42,000 views on Beachbody On Demand. We're so grateful for your time tonight. Unless anyone has any last questions for Joel, we'll wrap this up.
I love how you guys are supposed to talk for a living, and then when I get on these calls, like, no one says anything.
Right? We're so quiet.
Yeah. Right.
No
well,
worries.
hey, look, if anything else comes up, you know where to find me and Jericho on social media, Jericho McMatthews, Joel Freeman Fitness on Facebook and Instagram. Follow us. We'll be posting updates as we go. And, look, we're here for you guys. My job is 100% to help you guys. So don't, and I'm my social media manager. That's all. That's what I do. So I sit here and like all your posts and everything. So if you get messages from me. So, but if you ask a question that I've already answered tonight, I'm going to just stick my tongue out at you. So listen, pay attention. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Joel. And thank you guys for the time tonight. And,
thank you. Everybody on the East Coast, be safe. If you're in Orlando, tell Hurricane Matthew to save some for us because we're going to be there in a couple weeks. So, seriously, be safe and don't get swept away. Plant your feet in the ground.
All right.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Joel.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.